Hey guys, it's Chris here, and I just wanted to talk to you about setting your goals for the year. It's amazing. I just had a coaching call right now, and I got off the call, and it really hit me that most people wake up and they don't have a sense of focus or direction. They don't know where they're heading towards. There's no plan. There's no clearly defined objective, and we're all guilty of this at times. But without those pillars in place to know what the heck you're getting out of bed for every day, it makes life very reactive because you're no longer operating from a sense of control. You feel like the external conditions dictate what your day is going to be like, or your month, or your year. And this falls in line with watching the news, where all of the things you hear on the news about the economy, for example, in business, if it's bad, you presume that your business is going to be bad and reflect what you're hearing in the news, versus creating your own economy based on your own goals and standards. Sure, we can't control everything, but we can certainly control what we do and our daily disciplines. And it's just managing activities, making fundamental decisions in your day based on a bigger vision. If you don't have vision, you don't have anything, because you have no sense of direction and no sense of what needs to get done and how to prioritize and manage your day. In the call I just had, the individual, he was struggling with identity and that discomfort of doing something like this, of posting a video and sharing all the knowledge he's got. He's an incredibly informed person. He's amazing at what he does. And yet he doesn't put that out there because he gets uncomfortable in front of the camera. So we just talked about the only way to make change is through two ways. One is through an extreme emotional impact. The other is through repetition. So it's unlearning bad behavior and implementing new, productive behaviors. But in the beginning, guys, it's going to be tough. It's going to be something that you're going to have to compel yourself to do and get through that awkward phase. I call it the lonely valley. When you're leaving first base to get to second base, there's that uncertainty there. Am I going to make it? Am I not going to make it? Am I going to get tagged out at second? What if I get caught in the middle? You just have to go for it and unleash. Okay. And that's where you're going to find your true power, because playing it safe, guys, isn't going to get you the results you're looking to achieve. And that's why most people get stuck in mediocrity and they don't become top producers or in the top 5% of their industries, because they're relegated to their self-identity. And I want you to remember one thing. Your self-identity is like a let's call it a pig pen. It's a boundary that's been created artificially by you, in large part from your programming and conditioning that you received growing up, or in your little life, where maybe it was mom and dad or a coach or a teacher who instilled these thoughts into your subconscious blueprint that holds you back from fulfilling your absolute potential. And trust me when I say you have way more in your tank than you realize, way more to give, way more to do, and you can get far more out of yourself. If you're honest with yourself, you can outperform what you're currently doing, right? But it takes that desire and consistency and that vision to go for it. So my challenge to this individual was, why aren't you in the top 5% in your industry? And it came back to the fact that he was uncomfortable self-promoting as he saw it, or doing video, or acting like a big shot, all of those things. And I said, well, what is that costing you, and what's that costing your family? I said, you can be the best at what you do, and you're pretty damn good at what you do. But if you're doing that in silence, you're just a secret agent and no one knows you exist. So get out of your own way, start making decisions based on a clearly defined set of goals. And it might be one goal, it might be two goals. And what you're going to find is, instead of being pushed every day to pay bills and get through the day, you're going to be pulled through by the motivation and the inspiration that you've created. And that's going to involve you sitting down, formulating what you want your life to look like, creating that vision, and then putting in the activities you need to support it. So what you're doing right now is 95% habitual. From where you go to lunch, when you go to lunch, who you eat with, the conversations you have, the little pitter-patter routines you get through from the minute you open your eyes to the end of the day. I want you to examine them. I want you to look at them closely and ask yourself, are these routines, is this conditioned programming, is it actually something that I want, and is it aligning with my goals to take me where I want to go? And odds are the answer is no, because in your heart of hearts, you know that you're not performing at your best. So that's what I focus on. I help people get the very best out of themselves. And yes, do I push people? Sure. Is it uncomfortable at times? Absolutely. But instead of saying, I should do this and I should do that, and then just shitting all over yourself, it's time to actually sit down, map it out, get a game plan in place, and then start putting those activities together. Okay, guys, I can guarantee you if you just pick one thing right now and pick one goal between now and the end of the year to focus on, and you invest yourself in that and you make it non-negotiable, and it's something you do every day and you raise your awareness around it, I can guarantee you that at the end of the year, you're going to look back and go, wow, look at how far I've come in such a short period of time. So if you show me what your budget is or what your calendar is, I will be able to see what your priorities are in your life. And I can also tell what your priorities are in your life in a lot of different ways. And I want you to take this into consideration. How you present yourself. Are you in shape? Do you take care of your hygiene? Do you present well? Is your car a mess? Is your bed unmade every day? Is your house a disaster? Or are you doing what you need to do based on what you know you need to do, right? To get those things put away and squared away so that you can perform at a high level, okay? Your inside world is a reflection of your outside world, right? And that goes two ways. Your outside world is also a reflection of your inside world. If it's a disaster, odds are your emotional space, your working space is going to be a mess as well. So let's tighten up those little details in our life, because it's the little things that are the big things when we're not focused on achieving our big goals, okay? So put one in place, focus on it daily, do the uncomfortable work and the necessary work to start seeing that come to reality, and then we're going to start building and building and building and growing, okay? So I hope that hit someone in the right spot today, and I want you to focus on changing your story, guys. It's in your hands. You're more than capable. You already have everything you need. It's just up to you to go out there and make the decision to do it, okay? Have a great day. Change your story. Talk to you soon. Cheers.